You hear all that noise? That's everybody rushing around going to work this morning. So bear with the background. That's what happens when you're a city van dweller. It's never always just quiet. There's always a noise around. Anyway, today I have pages of questions that we are going to dig through right now in a quick Q&A video. I thought I would do a Q&A video because there's a lot of questions in the little live stream last night that I never had the chance to get to, and I've had some questions arise over the last few weeks. I've been taking notes, and that's all this video is going to be, is answering some of your questions. So let's go. Wish I had an intro. I'd drop it right here. Who knows? Maybe I made one and you just watched some cool little... Who knows? Okay, question 1. Why do I do daily videos and not upload 2 to 3 days a week? That is extremely an easy question to answer because I love the whole aspect of just creating every day. You know, setting that out for myself makes me be creative. It makes me just voice things every day. No matter if I'm just talking about whatever thoughts are in my mind and it's not even overly entertaining, for me, it's the aspect of actually uploading, actually sharing something every day that I created. And we all know some videos on my channel are super greatly edited with beautiful music and scenery. Then there's days like today where I'm in a parking lot of a grocery store, the gym I just showered at's over there, and we're just talking with my phone propped up on my hood. But for me, it's the aspect of creating and making something or just saying something on a daily basis that keeps me alive, keeps me vibrating, keeps me moving. That's why I enjoy to do 6-7 day a week content, whether it's doing a live stream or something crazy awesome. Hopefully that answered your question. That's also the only question I had on that piece of paper. Okay. This one I don't really know how to answer. Is there any red tape when it comes to buying a van in the US and bringing it over to Canada? That kind of question, you guys can just Google it. There'll be tons of answers. I'm sure there's brokerage companies and stuff like that at the border that will help you with that process. But I do know, even here, if I buy a vehicle that's from out of my province, it has to be inspected in my province before I can insure it in my province. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as importing a vehicle from the US into Canada. You can buy it and import it, but it probably has to pass all the inspections of the province or territory, or if you're in the US, state that you live in order for you to insure it in your area. How did I decide on what type of wood to use on my bed platform? A sheet of plywood. I chose, and I didn't buy a cheap rough topped sheet of plywood. The sheet of plywood I bought was $50. It had a super smooth top, but that's it. I didn't go out and say, well, maybe I should use this kind of wood or this kind of wood or this kind of wood. But I just went to the thing and bought myself a sheet of plywood, and it just kind of worked. I know there's other kind of woods that you can use that are better, more resistant to moisture. So I don't know, that's all up to you. Build your van how you want to build your van. If a sheet of plywood like I used is what feels right, then just do what feels right. I don't know. Plywood. Everybody just uses standard everyday plywood. How's the bucket toilet working out? I used the bucket toilet one time, mainly just because I wanted to, because I bought it. I might as well sit on it and do number 2 and find out if it was really worth it. It sits in the front seat, because nobody ever sits in my passenger seat except for my daughter every once in a while. And when I pick up my daughter, the toilet goes into the back of the van. But it's there for an emergency. There are so many public toilets around. Like, I could go to the grocery store and use the toilet right now, or I could go into the gym over there and use the toilet right now. There's so many public toilets around that I don't have to sweat, worry, or I don't know, like so many of them, guys. So using the toilet in your bathroom is a lot more rare than a lot of you might think. What kind of camera do I use? Absolutely everything you see on my channel is shot with this iPhone 7 Plus. Everything. I don't have any other cameras or anything else. I do use a lens. One second. I did go out and buy these 2 little camera lenses for my phone. It's from a company called Moment. And they have a case, which is on my phone right now, and it's got a little area where this little plastic cap, this gets snapped into the phone case, and now you've got a lens which is going to change how wide or how narrow the shot is, kind of giving you a few more shooting options than I would out of the standard camera app. So these lenses run about $100 a piece, and I bought the wide angle lens and the 58mm lens. If you guys are interested in these lenses, they make cases for just about every phone. This is in my Amazon links in the description of this video. What's the farthest I have traveled in my van? Honestly, not that far. I went and seen my daughter Alicia, and she's out kind of like mid-Alberta. So really not that far. Alberta is just the province right next door to us here in British Columbia. So I am maximum drive time 12 hours. That's it. I have not traveled very far because I live in British Columbia, and this province has so much to freaking see. This place is such a tourist destination, so why not me, myself, go explore the place that I live before I start traveling long places and miss everything in between. So I like to travel extremely slow. Dimensions of my bed and how tall am I? My bed is exactly 6 feet by 4 feet wide, and I sleep crossways in the van, and I am 5'11", so I fit perfectly right across, and a lot of times I curl up in a ball when I sleep anyway, but yeah, my bed is exactly 6 feet, allowing me to sleep crossways. And how I can do that is, if my bed were to be up 3 more inches higher, I would lose more space because my van curves in a little bit, so the higher my bed was, the less inches I got to use. So my bed is exactly at the widest point of the van, which is about a few inches above where the wheel wells, my back tire wheel wells, are in the back. Pretty straightforward stuff. All right, page number 2 is done. One last page. This question. We talked about this question the other day when I was with Madison and Rayner from Ray Outfitted. They get it on their channel a lot. What's the best van for van life? My opinion, the one you can afford. Simple as that. I just did a video with Patrick Valancourt. We talked about this subject as well. I'm sure he'll post it probably the next few days. But honestly, the best van for you to use to start van life is the one you can afford. If you can only afford $1,500 for a van, go buy a $1,500 van. Save 6 months or a year worth of rent, then go buy the big van that you really, really want and dream of, because it doesn't make sense to me that people, well, like I can't do it yet because I want to buy this van. Well, so you're telling me you want to live in an apartment and pay $1,000 a month for rent for the next year just to save for that van? You realize that whole year you could have saved $12,000 more dollars? I don't know. Do it how you want to do it, but honestly, whatever you can afford to get you out there, to get you started, you can buy that dream van later. My low roof doesn't bother me, by the way. That question comes up a lot. I have no problems living in a low roof van, and nor do I regret it. Am I still making payments on my van? Yes, I'm actually still making payments on my van. My payments on my van are finished this coming September. I only had 2 years worth of payments on the van, but yeah, that's coming up, and it'll be done in September, leaving an extra little stack of money for me that I don't have to throw away to stuff. But for me, to spend $340 on a van payment, it's way cheaper than me spending $1,300 on rent. It's just a van payment. It's tiny compared to my old lifestyle. Do I fear, this is actually a good question, do I fear that van life is going to get so big and popular that it's going to wreck it for everybody? No, I honestly don't think so. And I don't think van life is even broken the ice yet on how big. I think it's just this whole lifestyle is ready to explode. I don't think we're at its prime now. I don't even think that we're even touching where it's about to go. And I don't think it's going to wreck anything, because if you look at it, there's different styles of van life. There's the van life that's super highly noticeable. There's the van life that's like, you got, your beat up old RVs with tarps on them, your beat up old vans. There's that kind of van life that's super visible. Then there's the majority of van life, which are in cargo vans like mine, Sprinter vans, ProMasters, stuff that's very attractive, very appealing, and looks great on the side of the road and looks like a fun weekend adventure mobile. So I think, you know, unless van life explodes into the highly visible market, I don't think there's gonna be a problem, because there's more people starting this lifestyle that are living in a van like mine, or living in, like, I don't know, minivans, Westphalias. I don't know anything about the VW stuff, but those kind of things. Who knows? I do not think it will ever come to that point where there's a problem. Come on. There's so many people doing van life right now, and people have been doing van life since the 70s. Like, this isn't a new thing, at all a new thing. So, all right, what do we got here? So I think van life is gonna become a problem. We already did that one. One more. Two more. Do I run the heat at night? No, I don't. There's been the occasional time where I've fallen asleep with the heater on low, woke up in the middle of the night to take a pee and shut my heater off, but I don't intentionally run my heater overnight. The occasional time I'll fall asleep when I'm watching a movie with it on, but the way I look at it, when I'm in bed, I am super warm and there's no need to run your heater. People do it all the time. I don't, because I just don't want to waste another like 5, 6, 7 hours of propane. Why would I want to waste that kind of money? I mean, propane's super cheap anyway, but and someone caught this one in the live stream about me possibly going to Ontario, Canada. The breeder that I bought Disco from, rest in peace, homie. If you guys want to get these, they're on Teespring. I have them posted at cost. The links are down below. These are pretty rad. Look at this. How cute that shirt is. Anyway, the breeder that I bought Disco from gave me the contact information to a lady in Ontario. She's like, Chrome, if you're gonna buy a dog from anybody, this is the one lady to buy from. And I trust the breeder that I bought Disco from through and through. You know, she shows her dogs. She has champion dogs, and she just doesn't have anything available, not for another couple more years anyway. So she gave me a number to a breeder, and if I do end up buying one from her, she's supposed to have an expected litter around July. So if I do, I'll be making a road trip into Ontario. And my plan with that road trip is to, depending on the timeline, because my daughter's birthday's in July and I have to be here for that. She laid her foot down. She's like, it's my 13th. You better be here. So I'll be here for that. So I'm going to probably make that trip. I don't know, depends. But I mean, I want to take my time on that trip. So I might just go out there. And if money permits, I'm going to take a slow trip out there, fly home for my daughter's birthday, and then go back. And then at least me and the puppy can travel back super, super slow. So I wouldn't mind making that like a 2-month adventure this summer if I can, daughter permitting. But yeah, anyway, so hopefully this answers some of your questions. What I might do from now on is I might try and just write down all the questions that I missed after the live stream and then catch up with all of you the next day. That way you know if I missed it, you're gonna get it in one of these videos. Let me know what you guys think of this quick, simple little talking video, and if it's a good idea for me to catch up on those live stream comments, because man, sometimes I just miss a lot of them. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and please never stop being weird, because the normal day-to-day stuff is just boring. Normal sucks, you guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Bye-bye.